All right, so I think it's 8 o'clock. It is 8 o'clock, so let's start. I'm gonna power this. Hey Siri, stop. Okay, so let's start our presentation today. Just a quick sort of sharing on a bit. First of all, I'd like to introduce again, because I know that since the last time we had, which is a month ago, to this point of us, and also passed through the last crazy 2 weeks of AppSumo deals, we have gained a tremendous amount of new users, you know, and a lot of them, a lot of you guys are joining today probably don't know me personally yet, and don't know about, you know, our sort of like, you probably just got on board and play around, poking around with the tool. So today, I think the first thing is to reintroduce again. My name is Daniel. I'm the CEO and co-founder of RiderZen. Along with another 15 people, we started RiderZen about 2.5 years ago. Actually, we started not with RiderZen. RiderZen is our international market product. You know, we launched something similar domestically in Vietnam about two years ago. That's when we start developing the initial concept. And as we grow in domestically, we start to feel like we could probably do something similar to on a bigger, which is global scale, and that's why we ended up working on RiderZen. And it's partially why when you go into our tool, you don't see it as something. When you play around with it, it's no longer look like a tool that is just started out being built. You know, it looks like something that is a bit more mature stage in terms of product development. So that's essentially is the idea. I've had a wonderful and great teams who work hard, work smart, and contribute 100% into building this. And together we're having we trying to achieve our vision of developing a product that fully add values to all our users, particularly in their content creation journey. So that's where we are, and that's what we do. I want to welcome. I mean, if you asked me 2.5 months ago, how many users are you expected to get out of the AppSumo deals, my honest answer was 500, right? And I thought that's probably a crazy amount, and we probably not be gonna get it for 6 months, you know. But last week, just when we ended the last day of just a few days ago, actually, the last day of AppSumo, we got more than 4,000 members. More than 4,000 people buying the codes from AppSumo, and that's just blow my mind. You know, that's just an extremely humbling experience for me and the team. And I want to thank you guys, and I want to welcome everyone who just new to us, or who just got on board. Maybe some of you haven't even able to check out our first and second webinar yet. And I know there's a few things that we still don't do well yet. We are fully aware, and we want to hear more of that in terms of feedbacks from you guys. So please feel free to do that. So that's just a quick kind of update. Welcome and truly thank you. And I want you all to know that me personally and our team are really grateful for this journey, for everything that we've gone through in the last 2 months. We are very grateful. Regard on that, a few quick updates for everyone who've just joined, and also for people who have already bought the deals and been using RiderZen and contributing to our official group for about 2 months now. In terms of what we are doing next, here's a few updates. So the first is we're still gonna stick to our core principle. You know, since the very beginning of our this journey, we've talked and discussed in depth and so many times on what type of philosophy that we would like to follow, and the core principle still is the same since the first time we start discussing it on day one. You know, so from day one we want to focus on the quality of the products. It's not just the quality product is not just about the functionality, but also the UX and UI experience, the minor, the small little details our user will get to experience when they use the tool. It has to be a complete experience, from functionality to aesthetic to usability, and also at the end of the day, it still have to deliver the kind of result that you expect. So focusing on the quality of products and not ever settle for moderation. So that still is from the very first day to until even now. And that's partially why, I was telling my team when we reached 4,000, I think that ending AppSumo then is a good idea, because I don't like things going too fast. I'd like to take it a bit slower, so we could maintain our product standard and maintain our service standard and also maintain our design standard. I don't want to get wrapped up into this speed and crazy. We want to grow a certain thing into a sustainability stage. We don't want to grow something into just like a something that shoot up in the sky and then drop down the next moment. All things that is quality require time, require effort, and require discipline. So that's our goal since the beginnings, on small details, and helping users to achieve their goal. That's the whole point of our tool of Writer Zen and what we do. So focus on, we want to take some time to gather and analyze on all the feedbacks that you get, the suggestion at how to improve the tool. And also we want to take a time to focus on product development to realize the original vision. Whatever you experience right now on Writer Zen is roughly about 75 to 80% of its completion. What you see is still very far, not very far, but still a way to go from what we initially draw out in our whiteboard. We want to be able to complete the journey of our users from A to Z, and right now we're probably somewhere in 3/4 of the road. So the good thing is, whatever we did so far, somehow it still worked out quite well with for our users. So hopefully when we finish that last stretch on our vision, that would be something that really fit with whatever you need, and that would add values to your workflow. So that is still our goal, and I personally want to take some time to focus on onboarding user experience. I want to be able to help all the new users, beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Once you get in the tool, you'll be able to right away find the workflow that fit with you, that fit with your goal, be it more finding keywords, finding more topic, writers, blogs, putting more contents that gain organic traffic, finding contents and writing content that could create more conversion to sales. That would be the things that I want to focus on now, right? While the product team work their magic. So yeah, thank you everyone, and particularly I want to take a bit of time to thank some of the admin of some of the LTD groups. You guys has been a great support for us, throughout this whole 2 months. All the posts you do, the reach out, the feedbacks. Some people, has stepped out of their way, basically, give us the advice, give us suggestion, give us feedbacks, and very honest and extremely valuable one too, that really truly help us on our journey to get here. Particularly Abed Tan, Ken Mu, Hui Chuang, Duy Nguyen, Nailish and Winey, Alston, Anthony, and everyone else. So many other people I can't even name that support us, right? That suggest us to many users who still on the edge of purchasing Writer Zen. So thank you all. So yeah, so that's the first part of quick introduction, quick update, and also just show my appreciation and our team appreciation to all of you guys. Yeah, so moving to the main content today, right? So I prepare a bit of a sort of design here on Figma Jam. Lovely software, if any of you guys don't know about Figma Jam, I highly recommend. Really love the way they create this product. Anyway, the title today is Streamline Content Workflow with Writer-Zen. So today my focus, there's two focus. The first focus is I want to kind of talk about the basic principles that we have been carrying as an agency for a while in building our SEO and content strategy. Particularly the idea of topic clustering, topic strategy, topic idea, and topic clustering, and also how to build pillar content and also the subtopic content surrounding it, so that you could, in Google's eyes, you become that expert. You show your expertise and knowledge, but still in a very structured and very well organized and manners. That the moment Google's come in, they will right away see that you are well prepared, you are well planned, and also you are an expert in the topic that you are trying to write content about. And that is essentially the key principle of how you could rank on Google. You could add so many backlinks, you could do so many keywords, but at the end of the day, if your content are not giving enough values to the end users, Google is not going to rank you. That's Google's mission since day one. It's just that now they are more than ever have the most advanced tool there is out there in order to understand and measure how engaged your audience is to your content. They measure everything from the moment your users go into your page, how long do they spend on a certain topic, how much do they ask about it, did they fill in any form, and they can scan using their super advanced AI and natural language processing and to extract the kind of content you have and understand that data in terms of category, sentiment, and all that stuff. So today I'll talk about two things. The first is to build that content strategy using Writer-Zen only. You could use so many other tools, but particularly with Writer-Zen, how you can use Writer-Zen to build a topic clustering strategy. And second is the integration, which is our next update of Google NLP in terms of optimizing your content, and how important it is that you need to know about this, because this is the way Google understand your content, your context, your strategy, and everything, and how you communicate that content to your users, to the target user. And then we'll have a Q&A session at the end, right? Okay, sorry, it's quick water break. Okay, so you have the table of content here. First, basic principle. Second, we'll talk about how to build an effective content strategy, topic cluster using Writer-Zen. Third is Google NLP integration and how it's important to your content optimization. And finally, we're gonna have a Q&A session. So the first is principle building. Let's talk about some basic principles. There's so many more, but today I want to focus on three sort of principles. And we not only use this to our content strategy, but we also use this for a lot of other kind of work that we do. So the first is, always remember the end goal, right? The end goals of you guys as SEO or as content writer is to try to rank the right keywords so you can get organic traffic in, and then eventually you convert that some way into money. At the end of the day, it's all about that sales you get, right? It's not about the tools you use, the kind of data you have, the kind of backlinks you build, internal link strategy, ABC, whatever. None of that. Always, I think it's very important that everyone have to remember all the time that it's always about what works. And what works here, you have to define it very clearly in your strategy, is that it will give you the right keywords, and it will rank, and it will give you organic traffic, and you will somehow convert that into money, right? You can buy the best AI writing tool, or you can hire the best writer. But if you don't have a good strategy, if you don't have good preparation, you're not going to be able to rank. And if you don't rank, none of that matter at all, right? So always come back to that, the core reason why you do what you do, right? And always remember the core principle of Google ranking mechanism. Like I was mentioning earlier, it's all about what Google, since day one, it's always about the value that you can give to their users. If they search on a certain topic, Google will want to find the source that gives the most value to them. Value in context, value in presentation. Presentation, that would be the speed, the on-page optimization, audit, whatever, and the page load speed and ABC, Value in knowledge is how long is your article? Is the article engaging? Is the user coming there and they spend enough time? Are the user searching for your brand? Value in context, if you talk about this topic, are you talking about all the subtopics surrounding it? Are you an expert in that field? What are the contexts surrounding certain topics? It's so complex, right? And so don't ever try to kind of outsmart Google. A lot of people are trying to do certain thing that you do, should GSA, blah, blah, blah. It win for you for a certain battle, but it will never win the war. You'll build something that probably just very fast go up and then it die down. So everything in terms of sustainability, and this comes true for almost everything in life, I believe, is it takes time, it takes discipline, it takes planning, and it takes the work, right? So the second principle is good planning and preparation determine 90% of the success of your SEO strategy. And I really say this when I mean it. It's not some AI genie in the bottle. With the rate of AI right now, my personal belief is this. With the rate of how fast AI writing has been growing in the past 2 years, you look at the conversion AI since the last year, they grow tremendously only in the last year, and by now you already get the quality that is outsmarting some of the beginning writer. So how fast will it be in order for you to get to the stage where they will replace old writers, right? And then you also see a crazy amount of AI writing tool in the market. Then AI writing is gonna soon become a common commodity among all the SEO and technical. And eventually you get to a stage where Google and all other search platform will have to step down and step in and say that I need to figure out if this is from actual human writing, or if this is AI writing. If you get to that stage, AI is not going to help. And also AI doesn't help you to plan your good SEO strategy. AI doesn't help you to find that keyword. AI doesn't help you to become an expert in knowledge. AI only helped you to write when you have that writer blocks, to expand a certain idea, to rewrite a paragraph, to get a certain outlines if you would like. But at the end of the day, they're not going to help you win the whole war on SEO. They help you win a certain article, that's fine, But always remember, it's nothing good come easy. I think it's a kind of principle I really want to repeat. For us to get to where we are with this product, it takes us 2.5 years of really hard work and really focus, and only doing one thing good. So same with SEO, right? And the third one is 2080 principle. I'm a big believer of 2080. I'm a big believer of smart working, not hard work. Hard work is fun, is good, but not too hard. I always tell my staff to, I suggest them to not having to work too hard. Spend some time to learn something else. Do some balance yourself, and also spend time to think more, so that you could prepare to get that 20% that gives you 80% in values, right? Spend more time in preparing and choosing only what is quality data and resources that would add to 80% of the success of your campaign. So in the beginning, since the beginning of Writer's End creation, our team actually sit down and trying to think of what data we want to take out instead of putting in. You know, the reason why you kind of experience that easy usage on our UX is the fact that we're trying to take out as much of what we think unnecessary data as possible. You know, and we think that if you are new users and if you are a beginning writer, if you are even intermediate, you don't need to worry too much about backlinks. You don't need to worry about too much of all these crazy audit things, data, blah, blah, blah. It will only give you this called paradox of choices, because you now have so many things to think about and you don't even know what is quality in terms of the picture that you see. You only see quantity. And if you see quantity, there's no way you make a quality decision. So we pick only what we think matters, and we put that in our tool, and we show it to you so that it comes to you the easiest way and the easiest form possible, right? And basically that's how we've been working, and the kind of principle we've been using for our product development since day one. We'll spend more time thinking and building and preparing instead of spend more time to do things that you're not sure of and listening to many noises out there. You know, you want to take out that noises and focus only on the quality part, because the like Jeff Bezos say, and I fully agree with him. Every day, if he could make 3 quality decisions, that's good enough. You know, one bad decision, it's going to cost you not just now, but it costs you all your future, because you now have to work backward to fix your mistake. So my advice is stick with that. So now let's go. Now that we get that out of the way, now we go into the more practical part of our things. And I'm going to soon turn the screen into our tool, because I know a lot of you guys are probably expecting it soon. So first of all, we have to define, step breaking down, we have 3 basic steps, right? Defining topic, determining the grandfather topic that you are targeting. This should be the highest level of your content pillar. So if you are targeting, let's say, let's give an example. Let's do a niche. I'll do a niche called indoor plants, right? So plant is the most broad topic. So we don't want to do that. So I pick my niche is indoor plant. So indoor plant then would be the grandfather topic, right? It's the topic that we want to focus on. And so that's the pillar, the top pillar topic. And then you have to look at indoor plants, and you have to define, are you writing about indoor plants in terms of knowledge sharing? Is that a blog? So you can get more organic traffic and then you drive them into a affiliate site? Or is it like a e-commerce site? You know, that you need to look for a lot of sorry, let me zoom this in for a bit so you know, see. E-commerce site, so you could sell your product. You could get the products out to many people. You want to look for keywords that have high conversion rate, you know. But if it's knowledge, then you want to look for keywords that are actually more on terms of informational. So you have to define a topic strategy, right? And then you get into creating the topic cluster. So then your pillar, then you have to draw out a pillar topic, and then you have the subtopic. Why? Because this is how, this is probably one of the most common, and I think HubSpot does this extremely well, and they build insane amount of topic cluster, and that makes them, in Google's eye, become an expert in that particular field. So topic cluster, if you talk about indoor plants, Google will expect you to have knowledge about everything surrounding indoor plants. So do you know about snake plants? Do you know about how poisonous and how toxic, how it affects your pet? How is it easy to sell? Is it feng shui friendly for Asian people? Is it how do you repot them? What kind of pot that fits your indoor plants? So do you want to then kind of build a cluster and in a sense a strategy surrounding that topic, right? You want to have that grandfather topic in the middle. We call pillar page, and I'm sure many of you know this. So pillar page is where you write this really long form and very sort of like generic article, and you presenting what you want to build, presenting essentially all your subtopics surrounding. And subtopic is where you go a lot more in depth of that particular topic, and you link that into this generic and general sort of pillar page, and you link them all internal link. So when a Google bots come in, they scan the first, they go into the second, you go into third, they go all through all the subtopic, and they see that, oh wow, these guys know what they're talking about. They talk about indoor plants, but they also talk about snake plants in relate to that. And you talk about feng shui in relate to that. You know about how toxic it is to the pet. They also talk about this. So, but all of these topic and keywords are really well known to the users because they have keyword that they search. You see, so you kind of link this all together into one ginormous picture of a game plan. So something, it looks kind of similar to this. So here. I mean, right here, I list out just 4, but honestly, there's like 20 of them, you know, but with just 4, let's see how much we can do with this. So it will look something like this. I'll go into this more detail later, but it will look like this. The pillar page, and here we'll list out some of that outlines in here, unique, UCA plan, blah, blah, blah. And then you kind of link them into some subtopic. So these are all the major subtopic where defined by search volume. You have like quite a bit search volume, meaning that people really care about this kind of subtopic, but they all a smaller topic in relate to this pillar page, indoor plant, right? How do we get there? I'll talk to you soon, sharing soon about that. So here's some of the definition. Topic cluster are groups of related content that collectively cover a broad subject area. Content cluster provide contextual support on all pages within a group. They also lay the foundation for a strong internal linking structure. So, like I said, it was sharing, earlier. And this is according to Jonas Sickler. He's an SEO manager at terrakit.com. I highly recommend you go through his site. They offer some amazing knowledge in regard to how this topic cluster work. Topic cluster model is built on hub and spoke framework. A cluster has 3 essential components. 1 broadly focused pillar, multiple in-depth cluster page, strategically placed internal link, right? And so there's some article over here and I'll share later on in our groups. So from that, we'll build a step-by-step guide to develop an effective topic cluster right here. So now let's turn to our tool and see how we could build a topic cluster from the sample case that I was doing. Let's do indoor plants. So with indoor plants, the first question is, how do we identify what topics that people talk about that in Google's eye they would consider to be an expert, right? So the way we do it is that we will actually scan the top 100 URLs in relate to this keyword, scan all of their content, and pick out some of the headlines and topic that your that your competitor is writing about. Because you see, if your competitor wrote about certain topics and they get to on top of the ranking in Google, meaning that in Google's eyes, that is the kind of topic that Google think that will determine whether or not you are an expert in that field. So let's start with indoor plants, right? So I did the search already, and it will come out to this. So when you look at this picture, you will right away see, I mean, usually we set relevance on Medium. You could do widely. So like Medium, you got about 36 topics. But if you do widely, you get about 100 topics, but you have some that is not so relevant. So let's just stick with Mediums here for now. And you'll be able to scan through and you see this topic at the moment. So you'll see this search by relevance. So by relevance, you will see some subtopic over here that doesn't have very high volumes. So with topics that's not so high volumes and it has this term that kind of stick with the main topic. So you have indoor plant unhealthy. It's not so high in volume. You could actually put that into the pillar page content. So it's kind of look like this, right? So pillar page here, and I will list out here, is it poisonous indoor plants, poison toxic, unhealthy for human, uniqueness. So these are some of actually the topic that you could see here, and it's relevant, but it doesn't have too much search volume. So then you can pull them in and put that into pillar page, right? You have yucca plants here, leaf plants, something. There's more. You can pick and choose. That's up to you, and that's the beauty of topic discovery, because it gives you so many ideas that you can play around with. And if you click on it, you'll be able to see some of the headlines that your competitors use to write about it, right? So you look at how grown, and you can pick some headlines you like to add on to your writing later. but I can't really go that in depth for this one. But the idea is that, so you can play around, follow this, and then you explore yourself. And we'll try to do more how-to tutorial in terms of this, so that you would have more ideas of how to utilize each tool to the maximum. So with that, that's the first step, is to pick out subtopics that you will put into the pillar page, right? So you get UCAP and blah, 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 like that. And I recommend you draw it out first. Don't do too much of action for now. So you draw it out, you have something like that, right? And the second thing, I would sort this by search volume, and I start looking for subtopic that actually have a very high search volume, and I'll call that, and I'll make that into a subtopic surrounding me. And there's this one, growing light. See, you have a grow light, best grow light. Oh, it's a light used to help grow your indoor plant. You see, so it actually has extremely high search volume out of all these keywords. So then you want to notice on this group and like, okay, this is a very good subtopic. I want to kind of explore a little more. So you could add into here, grow light, right? So once you add that, you can have it, and you kind of look through again, just the same pattern. Some topic will have a repeated pattern. For example, the reason why I add snake plant is because it have one here. It has, I think it has one more, someone up here. Next, snake plant here, toxic. And I think it has one more. Yeah, snake plant poisonous. So snake and toxic and poisonous, I guess it's similar. So then I decide to add snake plants as one subtopic, right? And you can also have cheap house plants as another subtopic, and then tall house plant as a subtopic. Once you're done with that, right, and you move into a one decision part, so you draw out all the subtopic map that you would have, right? There's more, of course, you can add on more. You then determine the internal linking system into the main pillar page, and you determine what subtopic that you actually deem to have them, you want them to be more conversion into organic traffic right away, or which subtopic that you would like to build into a knowledge based kind of subtopic. Because if you do knowledge, then you can do a second level of topic discovery. For example, if grow lights, I think that, okay, you know what, grow light has about 14,800 search volume per month total. Maybe I should explore this as another subtopic into the in topic discovery. So then you can go back to the topic discovery here, indoor plant glow light. Oh no, not glow light, sorry. Shoot. Indoor plant grow light. So this is another layer of knowledge that you could build, and you can explore more into that topic, so that you know, okay, now this is what are the competitors talking about this type grows light, and based on that, I'll be able to build another layers of content strategy based on just that subtopic. So it's called second layer subtopics, right? So while it's waiting, we'll go back to this snake plants. So I decide that snake plants is a good kind of keyword I want to build in terms of conversion, meaning that I will right away go into snake plant and start looking for keywords that is long tail, because nowadays people are really smart in utilizing Google's looking for long tail keywords, so that they right away could reach for that knowledge and reach for that conversion. So you want to go look for this. The first is the characteristic of this subtopic usually is detailed in-depth knowledge of the topics, include multiple perspectives of the subject, well-filtered keyword, and cluster neatly for each article, right? So detailed in-depth knowledge of the topic mean that now if you decide the snake plant is your topic, you now have to look for all the subtopic second layer that go around with the snake plant, right? And you show Google that not only I know snake plants relate to indoor plants, but I also know everything that's surrounding snake plant that people are asking about, right? Include multiple perspectives of the subject. Is snake plant healthy? Is snake plant cat friendly? Is snake plant toxic for unhealthy for human? Easy to grow? Change the pot? All that. It should be in here. Is there a subtopic? Well-filtered keyword and cluster neatly. Wow, this is the beauty of Keyword Explorer, in which we will go into now. Oh, here, the growth light is ready. So then if you search for it, now you have another 61 topic, right? And you go to the same process again. You start looking for topic that have high relevance to put into your things, and then you look for search volume that grow kits, for example, that would actually relate to that particular indoor grow light topic, and you build another layer of knowledge, right? So it's like never ending. Never, with just one indoor plants topic, right? You now build into this crazy subtopic, spider map, and then from the subtopic you build second layer, and from the second layer you can even build more layers of that, and each of them linking together and building up almost like this crazy triangle shape, and that will support each other all the way to the top. If one Google bot comes into one of your article, they will be able to right away go through the rest of the net and see that everything is linked super well and super strategic together, right? So go back to let's focus on what we have at the moment, and let's go back to Keyword Explorer. So now go back to snake plant. I decided this is conversion subtopic. So right away, the first thing I do is I will put that into Keyword Explorer. It will give me back this. Total search volume is 1 million for 3,238 keywords. The first thing I do is actually to do an all entitled search, because the goal is to look for all of the long tail, highly easy converting keywords that have high volume search but very low competition in terms of content writing. So as I was explaining quite a bit of time, our all entitled videos previously. So once you look for this, you will see that snake plants, that's like a super hard keywords with volumes 3,000 something, all entitled 98,900. You don't want that keywords. You don't really want to kind of build on that keywords, right? So the first thing I do is I will filter KGR, minimum 0, maximum 30. Apply. You get here. Why do I do that? It's because KGR is keyword golden ratio, and we design our own algorithm to sort out the importance and the difficulty of each of these keywords and break them down to three class level. So then you have the first level, which is the very high value keywords. They have low own title competition and very high search volume. These are the keywords that you could probably easier to rank than the other keywords. And the second is medium value keywords, which is from 30 to 70, own title less than 100, and search volume less than 100. And the last is high competition keyword, which own title is more than 100, right? So with this, I will then have this list of keyword that now we break from 3,238. We now only have 1,262 keywords. But I want to do another filter because I don't want any keyword that have own title that's above 20, because to me it's still quite highly comparative. You know, you want to find keywords that have own title less than 20. Mean 0. Applied. So right away you have a pretty good list of 1,218. But then also now you want to look for keywords that have volume minimum of 50. You know, you want any keyword that is any less than 50. You want keyword that actually people search for, but it's still long term. So you apply it here. Now we only get 284 keywords, right? And these are very high sort of quality keyword. Now we want to exclude some of the keyword that near me, or Walmart, or Amazon, or JCPenney, keyword that's sort of like in brands or that's not. So now you kind of delete it out. So then you see, now you really have a good list. You have this snake plant toxic to cat. Own title only 6, but search volume 2,400. Now you see last month is very consistent. It's ranking throughout the year You have different trend and search, but it's very much consistent around the year. You could see here. There's not many title that include snake plant toxic toucan in here yet. All right. So once you're done with that, you save this to a list, and this is essentially the list of keywords that you want to develop on your subtopic here, snake plant, right? Because now you don't look for more subtopics in terms of knowledge, but you look for keywords that will bring you the conversion. So then you go into the subtopic, and now you will save them into snake plant. So I already have the list set up here, so you can access your list from here. Here, and I saved that as snake plant to import, right? Why to import? Because right now you finish the first step, you find a list, but how do you know? How do you group these keywords together into a certain cluster, right? Because you need to cluster them into topics that you want to write about, and topic that will actually filter out all the keywords that could run together, not separately, and it's avoid keyword commonalization. So you kind of save that into a list, and you call it to import. I call it to import. You can call it whatever, the way that you want. One quick notice over here, we build in this closed project and open project. A lot of people didn't know, but we build this for 13 inches screen, so that when you put it on 13 inches, you will not see too many data that presenting. You only need to see the project when you need it, and you can close it and focus on the list when you work out through it. So just little details that our team put together. So anyway, once you get this, you go into keyword importer, and this is the role of keyword import. You want to cluster that group of keyword, of subtopic that you do. So I already have it here. It's called snake plant subtopic to write. So over here, that's all 276 or 80 something keywords that I already segment out. It all listed here, and you go to cluster, and you press that button, the cluster, right? Because generally it have that the screen that say activate your cluster. You click on that, and our clustering system will do its work, and it generally take about, depends on the traffic, it will take a bit longer. And a lot of people are complaining that why does it take long? Well, the reason why it takes so long is because we don't pull the data from anywhere. We actually have to do manual computing power, use our computing power to manually check every single keywords that go into our system. So it takes a bit longer than other tools. No, actually we are among the quickest in the market right now. You can try all our competitors that offer the same thing, right? So we get into here now. After cluster, now you have a really good picture of snake plant, right? You have toxic, you have clipping, you have how often to wash, to add water. You have snake plants grows, snake plant at lows. So you see, you can take this out. Co-mother, plant co-mother-in-law. So you have a very good picture of this, and eventually you could actually export them out into a list, a cluster here, like an Excel sheet, right? And then you can look through this and start checking which cluster you want to write about first. So just like Figma. So you see, once you get into subtopic, you decide, or you do a perform second topic research here. But we go on the first one. So find long tail keyword to quickly gain organic traffic with content. First, filter by cluster volume. Second, look for cluster with search volume similar range. With cluster that high volume of keyword can break down to 2 to 3 articles to cover most keyword to utilize the total search volume. Build a structure based on topic suggest, and take out topics that's non-related. So let's look at our subtopics that we want to write about here. Let's say, right, we have this snake plants at low. Don't want that. You want to delete it out. So you can actually just highlight and take that out in the export list, right? And then you can look for keyword. First of all, this is to filter by volume. So then you'll see some of the higher volume that would have a lot of keywords, like 28 keyword for Sansevieria toxic. So you click on it and you start seeing that, okay, Google think that if it's toxic to cats, you also it's poisonous, because it's not poisonous to human. Google understand very well. Google knows that this is an indoor plant. It's not toxic to human, but it's very likely is it toxic to cat. And people have concern over that. So is it poisonous to cat? They rank the same, because they all consider that a pet, right? Is it poisonous to dogs? They also rank they also appear in the same. Is it safe for a dog? Is it safe for your pet? See, even with this alone, you could actually pick out one topic, one article that write purely whether this is poisonous for your cat, and then you pick out one cluster or one article that write about whether this is poisonous for your dog, and another one is it poisonous for your pet. So three article can build out of one single cluster. You see, that's the beauty of our cluster tool, and it's so easy to do. It's literally take me 3 clicks to get to this place, right? So similar to that, you can get to then you look for the one. What I'll usually do is I look for volume from bottom up, and I will scan somewhere in the middle, and you will have like topic that you can write about right away that earn you easy. Like for example, snake plant pest, so fungus disease. So this one total volume is 960. It has only 4 keywords, so you can save that and put them together, right? And then I look for maybe topic like the last time I was for something, leaf folding, clean air, new growth, go sideways. Oh, there's snake plant feng shui. Is that cool? You could literally see now this keyword that probably nobody was writing about, where to place in feng shui, everything you know. Do you see? There's only one guy that wrote about this snake plant feng shui. You literally can write one article and likely you could rank and get 210 organic traffic into in your topic. So you see, once, for example, let's choose this. All right, let's choose this. Oh no, there's something more volumes. More volume. Okay, like for example, this one, snake plant temperature. This is a great option, because each of this keyword would have very similar range of volumes, and then also it has this. Also, it has similar similar range. The total volume is quite high, 1,640. So if I can write an article, include all these four different keywords, and if one keyword ranks, very likely the other keyword will rank. And if other keyword rank, you will be able to get these volumes coming together. So I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna save this into a list, and I call it new, and I call it snake plant temperature to write. Okay, that's it. Now you have that list saved up to your keyword list here. Okay, so now we move to the last. You see, once you have this map that kind of give you a very good idea, a mental map of how to build, and you export that out into your Excel sheet, you then can use this to start building your content strategy and start writing. So the last step now is to write. Okay, so over here I already have a project called Snake Plants. So under Snake Plants, I already have quite a bit of article here, and here I want to introduce to you a new feature that we are very excited to introduce coming soon. We still, I think, a beta version, but I'll show you today. And essentially that's Google NLP integration, right? I'm very sorry, we were planning to do this 1 hour, but the amount of knowledge is quite a bit. So I hope it's fine if we go over the 1 hour mark. Probably need to go to about like 1:15 or 1 hour 20. So I hope you guys are okay with it. So anyway, go back to this, right? let's go on to one article. I want to share a bit on knowledge on this too. So Google NLP integration and why it's important to your content. So here's some of the few quotes I take out from some article that very highly advanced sharing on why Google NLP, natural language processing, is sort of the next big thing. Google has been trying for so many years to understand the context of your content and understand why and whether, how, like understand like a human, so that so they would be able to suggest to other users, and because for a long time Google only understand content in terms of data, but they don't understand in terms of context, the meaning of what it is, right? So now let's look at the latest AI, or this crazy neural engine that they have developed, and it's come down to the natural language processing form. Google neural engine is finally advanced enough to extract meaning out of your content and determining how valuable your content is using the NLP model. This makes content quality become more important than any other time in history. When people realize NLP stands for natural language processing instead of some 1970 hippo mumbo jumbo, they will realize that not only is here to stay, it's the very bedrock of the mantra organizing the world information. Information is not just about websites, so Google needs its own repository to store ideas, topic, and things. NLP and NLU and BERTs and BERTs and blah 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 here. I mean, it's all just mathematical algorithm. Are attempts at turning human ideas into machine understandable structure, like I was sharing. Google bought Freebase for a massive sum, and now it seems the company is being run by prophets of this approach to understanding human endeavor. It's going places. It isn't going away, right? By trying to understand the context of search queries and by mining the relationship between stop words and with other words in the query, Google BERT's algorithm, essentially is NLP, pushes the limits of how a traditional search engine understands a user's need. With Google's weighing on NLP to gain a deeper understanding of user queries, it implies that content makers who get more specific, relevant, and descriptive with their content and information, including links in their page, tend to rank higher. This is going to be the future of SEO. It's not just planning, preparation. You also have to really know what Google will extract out of your content, right? Whatever you are writing is no longer just good writing. It has to be the right writing too. It's not only your audience is not just the users who read it, but also the Google bots that are coming into your site and read your content. And you want to be able to please them. You want to be able to really fit your content into exactly the category that they have in terms of what they do too. So you can refer to some article here, as we'll share later. And yes, some of you are worried about the, we'll share this, we'll share this, and also we'll share the, I need to make it a bit prettier too, I like things to stay pretty. So, and I will share, we'll share the YouTube recording of this. We always record all our webinar, and also we'll try to break that into smaller size videos so you can follow. But anyway, essentially Google NLP break down to three parts that highly affect your SEO strategy. The first is entity. Entity is very different from that of what you'll see in keyword. It's not keyword. Entity is a word or phrase that represent an object which can be identified, classified, and categorized. They are different than keyword and is recognized. Than keyword and is recognized through Google NLP, not as keyword. Example objects are a person, consumer goods, events, numbers, organization. NLP's job is to select and evaluate this entity from your content. All right, and then from entity, they break down to two sort of elements that measure this entity, or not so much measure. How do you say this? But elements that helps users to determine how important this entity to the whole of the context. The first is salience. So salience measured by number from 0 to 1, as 0 is less salient and 1 is high salient. Each entity will measure with a salience number. Salience shows the importance or centrality of an entity to the entire document text range, from 0 as is less salient to 1 as high salient. The higher the number means the more important the entity to the text as the whole. All right, so this is a measurement. This is the measurement of the entity relating to the context that you are writing. So you want to pick entity that have a higher salience in relate to the content that you're about to write, right? Entity level sentiment. Sentiment section separates sentences based on sentiment that can be positive and negative. It is useful to check the feature snippet on any given word. Either Google is ranking positive sentence or negative sentences. Enterprises use this to analyze customer review from their website. Either they are positive or negative. So when you look for entity, for example, the way our Google NLP integration works is we will show you the top 20 URLs that ranking for that keyword. We'll also show you what is Google consider the sentiment of this 20, and we will show you the list of entity that these top 20 the websites are actually actually have in their content. So then you have a certain ideas of what sentiment are you aiming to write. You see, if you simply use an AI writing tools to do this part, you will choose a different tone, right? Oh, is it exciting? Oh, it has to be very exact in values, and oh, is it threatening? Is it technical? But what you have to do before choosing a tone is to find what kind of sentiment Google are looking for. So doing it right is important to do it, many of it, right? I always come back to that 2080 the principle. And for us, we want to always pick the things that matter most, right? And present it to you in a way that you would easily understand it first, right? So over here, you have the entity level sentiment. So let's look at an example of how Google does it. Let's go to Google NLP. Google NLP. Oops. Yeah. All right. Google is very, very cool. They have a demo and everyone can go in there. So they have this text here. Try the NLP, click analyze. And here it is. See, with this text, they'll break them down into different entities. And depends on these entities, they will give a salience number. So you can see from here, there's a shows the context in which I already put into the presentation. Salience show important centrality of an entity to an entire document text range from 0 to 1. All right, so then you see the salience and all the entities here. They're not keyword, right? But they are what Google see and categorize for their own understanding. And then you got sentiment here. The total, the usual sentiments over here. And you see Sundar Pichai is actually score 0.4. And under 0.4, you are somewhere is negative. So he's not perceived. Google NLP doesn't perceive Sundar Pichai, which is the CEO of Google, as a positive sentiment. But they are a negative because they have so much users info and knowledge. They scan the whole entire web database to get this data. So when they reach Sundar Pichai, they right away will put them put that name under a negative sentiment as a person, right? Okay, so that is a very good example. So how do we do this into content creator? So let's take a look at this. So earlier I already did I already created an article. Let's take a look. Snake plant temperature, right? Or no? Did yes. 2.4. Yes. Snake plant temperature. Right, let's add one. Turn on Google NLP, temperature, name Daniel, priority, let's say medium. I want to finish this by 14. I'll make sure all entities are included in the article. Something like that. Leave a note to a writer. And that's it, start scanning. Right. We can go back to another article that I already did previously, potting a snake plant, which is another group that I did. So you go in here. So again, we break down content creator into 3 steps. I would like to use keyword to include content writing. A lot of people was asking us like, oh, build something like phrase, or build something like post space, or build something like that. They do this all this comparison from us to our competitor. I want to quickly share our philosophy when it comes to content writing. We want to make sure to build a flow that you can focus on one step at a time. Do one step good, do second step good, you will write well. I love phrase, I love the way those guys build the product and the way they focus on this technicality and the way they deliver it to users. It's amazing, but it's just not the same philosophy as we share in terms of our user workflows. We always build things based on the way we work, right? So first, preparation. Build a good and very detailed outlines that include everything and all the amount of data you want to put into the outlines to share to share either with your writers or for yourself when you write. You want a content outline that is details. Focus on keywords, picking the right keywords, but you only focus on picking that right keyword, right? When you've done that, that's it. It passed. Go into content writing, focus on the writing. That's it. You don't write and then try to focus and do research and write and look for more and write and look for more. You create more chaos in the way you create work, right? An article, if you prepare well, there's a chance for you to rank. It's already up to 80-90%. You already did so much work. You already look for the right keyword. You already find the topic. You already cluster the keyword. You already gain about 60-70% chance. And now is the last step. Just build good outlines, put in the keywords, and write a really good article based on that. That's it. Don't complicate more things into your workflows. So that's essentially. So over here, we enter the way we integrate NLP. Sorry, water break. Okay, so the first thing is we present to you this neutral. It's the overall sentiment of all of the articles that rank on top, right? That's we say over here is neutral. It's the overall sentiment of your top 20 competitors' content analyzed by Google NLP API. Our recommendation is to develop your content aligning with the general sentiment for the optimal result. So now you see, okay, if people talk about plants, generally it's neutral tone. It's not something negative, it's not something positive, it's neutral. So you want to keep things neutral. Neutral means what? Neutral means more informative. Neutral means write longer articles, making sure your users get that sense of just meanings and knowledge that they need all into here. And the second thing is I'll look for some of the top lines, right? And I look for the amount of keywords. And and then also you have to make sure that your keyword is potting a snake plant, because this keyword has very low all in title data. So you want to kind of see that whether these top 20, any of them have that keyword in their title yet. Snake plant care, how to grow snake plants? No. So very good shot that if you rank for this keyword, if you put in very good content in this keyword, you could rank to top. Repotting snake plants, so it's repotting, not potting. Repotting snake plant again, how to repot a snake plant. So majority as repotting, right? So as you go in more, you see less and less. We will build in a search bar over here, so you could easily search for your main keyword and see what other article that I should write about it. We already got some feedback about it. It's really cool feedback, so that will come soon. All right, so anyway, you look through here and then you start to, okay, you know what, I will look for the first, maybe I'll pull down and see what people are asking on Google. This is people also ask. You add what kind of potting soil for snake. Hey, this is good. What potting soil for snake plant? So they talk about soil for potting. Click on, you have the H2, how to repot how to report. Majority are report. How do you know when to report? How to report? How to care? We can do how to care. How to spoil. It's already did. Wow. Okay. Potting. Then maybe I'll go into this. So reporting. So perhaps we can go step by step. So I'll do lifting the plants. I look through here. They say about okay. The first step, lifting the plants. I could read on here. No, this one. Oh, they talk about when should you report. So I'll do when first. Okay. And then transplanting snake plant. Oh, this article doesn't offer a lot. So I'm gonna turn this off. I don't like this. Maybe I should look for, oh, this one is good article. 3,270, top 10. Okay. Oh, so here you see, when do you report? So you got this. Material needed. Oh, that's great. Correct pot size. Examine the soil. Okay, so let's say now that I have this list of things, maybe I don't like this. I can close this. Maybe I want to add some things here that relate to the first. Potting size should be fitting to your plan, something like that. I mean, I'm not expert, so I'll move this here. Close. Turn this to this. Move it up to the first. Oh, where's the? Oh, this one. Turn to. Sorry. Here we go. So I put here. So then I start building my own outlines onto this H2, and then there's dot, and then I slowly have these outlines to work on, right? The reason why we do this for now is because later on when we're introducing our AI writing features, we'll help you to kind of rewrite this into things that you want, right? Into things that generally the tone that you would like. Also helped you to, based on this data, help you build your title, help you build to your description. Also here in the title, how to potting your snake plant. Best way to pot your snake plant. Best pot your snake plant, something like that, right? And you write an article, and you write, for example, if you like something that they write here as the description, you can just click on it and it will go over here. And instead of reporting, I'll just do potting, right? Something like that, you know. So I'll go to the next page. So this is where things get a bit cooler, right? So you are probably already familiar with competitor keywords. Competitor keyword essentially is our own NLP algorithm going through the entire content pages of the top 20, and we pick out keywords that has the most relevancy to the main keyword, and also has the highest kind of volumes search. And we usually will suggest the amount of time that it should be repeat and should be mentioned in your content, and it's over here, right? This should be a preset of some suggesting. You can go through it, and also you can pick some for yourself as well. So when you see, for example, potting mix is something that really well fit with the potting things, you could add it over here, and also you can click on it and see how it would be used in the headings and also in the paragraph of all of the top 20 that are being used out there, right? Close it, and you can kind of just look through and plan it yourself. I mean, you understand the most the article that you're writing. I mean, our NLP can only do so much. And also, please, if you use other tool, do the same thing. Go through every single articles and make sure that all these keyword will fit perfectly, exactly to your need. Not because of the NLP suggesting, right? NLP are not human. NLP are just algorithm. They don't understand the context of your content, the context of your keyword, the context of what you want to present in your content. Only you understand that. So you need to be the one who pick and choose which keyword and how many times you want to put it on. We only present you the data and maybe give you some sort of guidelines over here, but we are not out there to make sure 100% this is right. So don't follow exactly this. You have to go through this. Opportunity keywords, essentially the keywords that you can use, but it maybe your competitor doesn't have yet in their content. So these are actually the keywords that we pull from Google keyword database to suggest to you. So same thing with that. You could really see how many of these keywords with the relevancy we already score, and also the repetitiveness in here. So you can actually choose the usage when you add. For example, if it's snake plants, potting a snake plant, you already have that keyword. Fake snake plants. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Maybe small snake plant would be a good keyword. So maybe you want usage to be 4, right? And add. It's here. It's appear here, right? And now the coolest part, that's the integration to NLP entity. So here is a list of all the entity Google scanned through the top 20 of the websites competing with this keyword, and suggest to you in their eyes. This is a category that they have, and this is the general usage that we list out how they were used in their website. You have the salience, in which I suggest you go through the top first, so which is how we kind of generate right now. 0.13, that's extremely high salience number. It has 227 total usage, 17 uses in headings. You want to add this into to include, and we already kind of add that for you. With this salience, and it's like one of the highest I see in some of the article that we look through. Sentiment is neutral, so you want to include this and also write it in neutral tones. We don't add positive because whatever keyword that have sentiment positive, it may affect to the overall sentiment of your content, right? So this keyword soy is very important to Google in relate to potting of a snake plant. So including that. So yeah, and the last step is to import from list. So then you import the cluster that goes with this keyword, potting a snake plant here. Add 8 keyword, import, and that is, we set the usage at 1 as for the preset. You will want to kind of change it if you like. Here I change to 3, change to 4. Some of these I just want to leave it 1. If I rank, that's good. So these are 8 keywords that if you rank 1, you will be able to rank the other, right? So that's it. If you have any other keywords and some other people suggest, you can add your own over here. So again, that's the second step. You basically go through these 2 steps, and then you get into begin writing. You already have your outlines here. Either you can copy to editor right away. That is, you can start writing onto the things. A lot of people don't know about this full screen function. I love this function. When we build it, we take this page of inspiration from Grammarly, and we thought Grammarly has this amazing UX when it comes to designing the text editor. So we build in this full screen things. And over here, if you want even more minimal, you can turn off the assistant. And that's it. You focus on your writing purely, right? I also have the tutorial still here. And so here you also see your keyword list. Snake plants already 12 to 21. from this, which is great, right? Over here we also build in these competitors. So the cool thing here is competitor is the top 20 keywords that I have in here. You click on explore. These are the layout, right? And there's all of their outlines are listed here. You could close it first to see the layout in terms of H1, H3. You can open it again to see the data inside. If you like any of this, but you forgot to add on during your outlines part, you can click from here and it will so apply to here. A lot of people already give us feedback that they want to copy it to where the cursor is. We already list, you know, we do hear that. It will probably come in a couple next update. We have to discuss on this now. You know, we have 4,000 members. We want to make sure that whatever we do now, we are responsible for 4,000 people workflows. Make sure that it has to be the winning place. Right? Oh, Sarah Jane say it would be great if we could integrate with Jarvis. No, we'll have our own. Don't worry, coming. Once we have it, you probably don't have to pay for Jarvis anymore. Okay, so again with this, you can go through the same thing with other part as well for all of this. Question also we list out so you kind of have a general idea, and if you missed on the outlines, you could also still use it here. So yeah, again, very easy to use, super easy to kind of access. We'll add more data into this as we go. We'll see the entity also add on to this, so you can see that each of the competitor, what are the entities that actually list out. Again, it's beta, so once we're done, it's gonna be listed in. And a lot of people, you know, were saying, oh, you know, it would be cool, we have AI writing. Yeah, that's what we're working on. And that's partially why there's a lot of other updates that we haven't done for keyword or topic discovery. We have some really cool things planning for topic discovery too. You know, we just have so many things planned. And I wish we had more time, wish we could do all at once. But we now focus on this and integrating Google Entity into this, and also integrating AI writing into this to help you too, to help you kind of build this content in the best way possible, right? Close this. You also have this show analysis over here for the SEO part. Yeah, so that's it. Oh, also another really cool tricks updates that we just did. You could now share links to your writers, and also allowed user, and you can set the right to your writers, allow user to see. So some of you, when you design the content outlines, you don't want the writer to use too much. To look too much at all of these entities and stuff. You want them to write very original content. You know, they want to make sure you write the best piece of content based on their own creativity and whatnot. You can actually now allow them or not. And also you can allow them to check plagiarism or not. You know, you can turn it on, and now your writer can check plagiarism, and the credit will be minus onto your account. If you turn this off, they cannot do that, but they have to send the content back for you to approve, and you will then check plagiarism checker on your own. So, you know, some small little things that we add. Also ability to kind of insert image edit. So yeah, I mean, beta version for now. Beta version for now. We will try to finish this in roughly about a week or two. Wrap this up, and we'll introduce. A very unfortunate news though. In order to do this, as you can see here, pricing. Wonder if they have. Nope. It's here. Yes. So in order to bring down this NLP, it's not cheap, right? It's not cheap. You can actually, it's all out in, it's all on the website. You can actually go in and see. So when we first planned for this, we'd love to kind of give you guys each of our users some sort of free credits to use this monthly. But that wouldn't happen. In order to do this, we can only offer you a extremely discount rate for credits to use the use the NLP part. It costs, right, and it costs quite a bit in order to bring out a quality analysis. I mean, we can do things that is cheaper, but the quality is not going to be the same. And that's not how we want to deliver to you guys. Every product, I think, again, quality stuff cost. So we want to deliver to you the kind of quality analysis. And right now, Surface Cell is probably the other tool in the market that offer the same NLP integration. Their price is actually quite expensive, about $5 to $6 per article optimized. So for us, we will definitely offer a much crazy lower pricing package, particularly for the LTD community, because to us, we kind of owe up a lot to you guys from day one to now, right? So that's 1 hour and 20 minutes, like I expect. So with that unfortunate news, but the fortunate news is you're gonna get amazing quality in terms of report to bring it out, right? Again, we want to give out more, but more other features will be free, like extra sort of wildcat searching, topic. Search more topic discovery options, some more keyword explorer, some export function, a bunch of other features. They're all going to be free and all going to be into the updates. But things that we have to pay for example, AI writings, we have to pay for GPT-3. A lot of people suggest GPT Neo and GPT, some other open source. We don't want to touch them yet. We want to go directly into the best source, just like Jarvis. And utilize that to ensure the quality to bring out for you, right? The quality, it's all about quality. If we can offer you a really quality piece of advice for our tool for you to earn money, we're happy, and I think you are happy too. So we're gonna stick with GPT-3. We're gonna stick with Google NLP because that's the source. And we will definitely offer you a major discount in terms of the pricings that we will present. I want to be extremely transparent about it, right? Extremely transparent about this. So that's it for my presentation. I guess we could go into more Q&A now. I'm so sorry we go overboard for 20 minutes, but let's do a 15 minutes Q&A because I'm kind of running out of voices. We'll try to do more weekly webinar where we do like a 30 to 45 minutes, just Q&A, just want to talk and chill, kind of interact with you, because I want our users to see us not just on the tool itself, but to see us as the people running behind it, right? To see me as a human, as a guy who run it. I want to know you, and I want you to know me, not through just the tool, right? And that's, to me, is very important. So that's Q&A part. Let's 15 minutes. Okay. What do we have here? Sorry, give me a moment. I have to pull the sheet out first. Okay, let's take some question. Can't believe I just speak for an hour and 20 minutes. Okay, we have some question. In addition to blog subject focus, I would love to see a demo on local SEO page focus, e.g. roofing contractor Pasadena, to see how it works with everyday clients. Yeah, so one of the things is that once we right now we focus a lot more on this content creation workflows. At the end of the day, we are writers, and we're not keyword research tool, but most people know us for our keyword research tool. And I mean, we are very happy, but at the same time, we have this pride things that we are, we have to build a product that have to fit with those, right? So with what you request, I think it's somewhere along the line of maybe next year, because it's a completely different road of SEO. It's local SEO. So if we want to do that, we have to kind of give option to our users too. We can definitely build something that if you are looking for local SEO, or if you're looking for general SEO, general SEO is what we're offering right now, just like SEMrush, only on country basis, not on local basis. Local basis have more segmentation in terms of cities, counties, states, and all that stuff. It's a different kind of ballgame. So we're not developing that for right now. Maybe perhaps after Q4 2021. We have a lot of things that we focus now. So yeah, to answer that would be maybe in 2022. Is there a plan for AI writing in near future? Yes, that is what we're building. Can we get these slides? A step project sheet would be super handy. Second emotion, so 2 people. Yes, we'll put these slides online to get you guys to so you could see. Is there a minimum volume that you look for to? Oh, this is back to there. Not particularly. Usually I just look for a topic that's around 20 search volume upward. Then okay, this is good. In a range of 20 to 100, then you will set that as the subtopic that go into the pillar page. And also you want to include all the subtopic later on with search volume into the pillar page, because you will have internal linking to those too. Yeah. And I mean, again, what I show was just one flow with snake plants, right? And to finish all the article with snake plants, that's gonna have some times. But then if you have a team and you can actually just send it to all of the content writer, you can do that too. And then you move to the next subtopic. You want to finish all the subtopic first, and then you write the pillar page, because then you know how to link them all together into this generic page. Usually is longer, but it's easier to write, right? So where does PPC competition data come from? Sometimes different. It comes directly from Google NLP. So we take that directly from Google database. So whatever you see from our tool, and you go into Google Keyword Planner, same thing. Can we save filters between session? I didn't see how to do that. Also save list. Yes, save filter. That comes into upcoming couple updates. We have a lot that kind of stuck in our pipelines, because our product team focus on the on the content creation now. So stay tuned and also be patient with us. Those filters and all that stuff is not hard to do, but we don't want to kind of lose focus on what we do. So I mean, if you just stick around, stay tuned, maybe about a month or two, even with what you have right now with Writer's End, you should be able to do quite a lot already. Those are minor sort of upgrades that we'll do along the way. You'll see more. Give us, just save those ideas into our community roadmap. We read all of them. In Content Creator, how do you evaluate 30% number highlight in yellow? Is that number above, below, in which you decide to change topic? So right now, we just basically use our NLP to kind of segment out. We will actually upgrade that algorithm soon in future. So I think this is what he's talking about. This number, right? This number sometimes is not yet accurate, because our algorithm sometimes couldn't detect it as well as we wish it could be, right? But now with Google NLP, and maybe perhaps we will integrate with some couple more NLP model, perhaps we will be able to kind of suggest you better, and will show you, like for example, which website is the article type, which website is the e-commerce type, which website is non-relevant, like YouTube or Amazon and whatnot, so that very quickly you have a better glance of how to view the competitive analysis. All of that is all in order. It's just that we haven't get to that part yet, right? It'll be helpful to have outline and pop up to adjust window size. All right. Yeah, we'll add that into our ideas. I will be a PTA and repeat my question while using tools. local SEO. Same things I was sharing again earlier. Oh, I think it's the same person, Keith Gillespie. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Whereas when AI is writing integrated writing and what we should expect, like I was saying, GPT-3 directly from OpenAI, we were trying to build in so that it's we'll build in a version that is the most simplified, and it does the job well, right? A lot of tools that does too many things, and we want to focus only on doing a few things right and few things well. And few things here is to help you write blog posts, have to generate ideas, have to kind of get a tonality into your writing, and that is doing it right so far, right? Hopefully we'll have a beta version soon, but it's in our timeline to do it from now until maybe August, maybe September, October, I don't know yet. So, but we're working on it. When will be released Jarvis Gen? When it's going live? Not sure. We'll save it as a surprise. Yeah. Competitor keyword tab that will show gets populated as per competitor websites will input rather than pick and generate competitor on its own. We pick that based on the top 20 articles here. Yeah, so always surrounding this 20, and then we suggest about 200 keywords over here. So then give you the option to go through. Yeah, there will be a search option too. We'll add in to help you kind of sort this out easier. Can we open another LTD for those who missed out previously? Can we have another LTD in some of the add-ins? Well, we would like to keep this as a secret for now. Open secret kind of. Live wouldn't be fun if there's no surprise. So, but I'm sure right now in some of the LTD group, there's already people reselling. If we would do another LTD, the limits won't be the same. Whatever you see limits on AppSumo, the first deal, that's what we call grandfather limits. It's a crazy limits. 200,000 keyword credits. That's insane. I mean, look at our pricing now. You pay $40 a month for 100,000 keyword credits, right? And 70, it's probably going. Actually, we're really doing the pricing page. It's gonna go lower than this. Our pricing is like so insanely cheap compared to the rest of the market. So yeah. So whatever we offer, that's not gonna be the same, all right? Is the pricing decided yet? AI writing, not yet. When is the latest update going live? Oh, you mean the NLP? I'm not so sure. We need to do some more testing, so we'll let you guys know maybe next week once things are more clear. Yeah. Also, I want to do this to get the general sentiment with the fact that we have to share with you in all honesty and transparent that we can't give it out for free, despite how much I wish I could. But we're gonna go bankrupt. That's how bad it is. Yeah. What about local SEO? Same question. I already answered. I want to use UAE search engine when I'm trying to search for local content. We don't support UAE search engine. Only Google for that area. I assume all of this is for Google ranking. In future, could you do it for YouTube keyword? No, I mean, for now, all our focus is purely based on Google ranking for article and content. Nothing to do with YouTube keywords and videos idea. Maybe we'll build a separate tool for that. Where do you use this keyword in the article, such as own title, H1 cluster and cluster keyword? Do those get sprinkled through article or use H2? I would probably recommend if the articles that if you have the keyword list and is one of those keyword that you cluster out, like you put it one in if the content and the meaning of the keyword sounds good, you can put that into H2. If not, it could be H3. And if not, it's even into the article itself, the content itself. Anywhere is good, but whatever it is, you have to be able to really write about that, surrounding that article and enforcing the content surrounding that keyword well. and because Google has to see that you integrate that keyword into your article and you highlighting them. So repeat that a few times. That would be one of the other ideas. Repeat that, highlight that, put that in bold, whatever it is, highlight to Google bots that you are also aiming and targeting this keyword. Do you have sample case study on article written on this tool? I think some people already have it. We will share more of this sample case study in future. Where do you use these keywords in the article, such as own title? Oh, we've already gone through that. Pillar, topic pages, and the chain subtopic can be just under one domain name, spread across multiple. Yes, it should be spread. So these pillar topic pages and the chain of subtopic can be on just under one domain name or spread across multiple own domain names. It should be under your domain name, right? And it should be a subdomain under that domain, right? It should all interrelated into the domain you want to do SEO. Maybe I would suggest, for the highest return in terms of the values, you should focus only on that, on the content of your domain. All right, so I think we passed the 15 minutes. We have a couple more message here. Did I hear this right? I think a lot of this can. What does star and topic discovery mean? Oh, it's just the trending topic. Sorry, we will put in a thing. It's like a rising topic or most relevant topic, right? How can we see this plan we're on? How can you see what plan we are on? Okay, it's right here. I'm on free trial. So you click on it. There's a remaining limits of how much you have per day or a month. You could click on profile to see more. There's building info. There's the plan you're on, free trial here. Yeah. I'm asking about the keyword credits. Are they monthly or lifetime? They are monthly refresh. So it's 200,000 keyword credits you see here. It will be refreshed. It will be refreshed every month at the beginning of your billing cycle. If I add my own keywords, are they reduced? No. You can add whatever your own keyword. So if you add your own keyword in the keyword explorer, it will minus the keyword lookup. So you put any keyword here, it will actually minus in your keyword lookup. So keyword explorer per day here, but not your keyword credit. Keyword credit only when you use own title and cluster, right? Lastly, keyword cluster tools takes a long time. Can I shut software and get results? Yes, you can shut down software and come back later, which is what I suggest. The reason why it takes a bit longer is, you do it manually and takes a lot of computation. But what I suggest is do it at night, sleep, peaceful sleep, and wake up with amazing result and right there in front of your screen. Right? The question really bugging me when I upload the keywords, how to get them into a project. Or do I have to paste them in a writing project? Can you automate that from keyword ideas to cluster directly to keyword list? From keyword ideas to cluster directly to keywords. I think just follow my my instruction. I mean I think it's just that you haven't kind of play around and sneak around in Nav tool yet. But if you do, you will find that everything work out the flow quite clear and quite well. We will. One more request I heard a lot is the amount of keyword list that you can. We'll increase that from 20 to 50. Right. So now you have a crazy amount of lists. Probably have to redesign this. It's a bit harder to look for. But anyway, we'll probably put that into so we'll increase that for you, the amount. Some more increments will probably come on some more in future. The command like people also ask, can you make more phrase like outline builder? Yes, and that will be under our topic discovery, which it will come soon. Yeah. Hi Dan, your version is 2.8.0. Of course, because I'm the CEO of Writer Zen. I'm always on the latest. I'm on the beta version of the latest updates. I have to do the testing. You guys are definitely a few versions behind. That's a very logical thing to see. Okay, so I think that's it for the the sharing today. Man, I've gone through almost 2 hours of talking. It's crazy. I'm amazed at myself, you know. So thank you guys for joining with us and engaging with all of this. One more quick last things I want to share. Actually, you know what? I will share this in the next one. We'll do webinar every week. You know, we'll do something, you know, coffee with Daniel or something, you know, so you can discuss and share more contact with us. Okay, anyway, thank you all for sticking around for so long. Hopefully, you know, we can do more in future, and I can offer more advice and values. Appreciate all of you coming out. Really appreciate your support, your feedbacks and everything. And look forward for our more webinar where we could do we'll do more interactive. Well, I will invite some people onto our next talk or something, so it will be more sharing and that stuff. So yeah, thank you all. Have a wonderful weekend, and stay safe out there. Stay safe out there. Yeah, thank you. We'll have a replay. We'll have everything posted up maybe tomorrow or on Monday. All right. Bye bye, guys.